Established.
Is this right now gonna be viewed?
Mm-hmm. Posting on Facebook.
Oh, I didn't even. It's.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
We've only been trying to get this connected for a while, so we're just giving this a test trial. Yeah, that's why this video starts with him freaking out, because
I
we've
think
been
this
trying.
is so dumb.
We've been trying to get this connected. So yeah.
So connection. Yeah.
So it's what time? We're at Saturday night in Windsor, Canada, after 9 o'clock. And this is like the hottest thing with Facebook right now, and I've been seeing a bunch of people doing it, so we're just gonna give it a try. So this is Mark. Those in Windsor, you guys know who he is, that I know.
I doubt
But those that are in Ireland,
I live under a rock.
That's the one that I'm gonna marry.
I'm scared.
I'm sure you've heard everything about.
Good things, I hope.
Good things. We're enjoying our weekend. We just went to Red Lobster. And it'd be really nice if I wasn't left to be the one to say everything, because you kind of know how speeches will go when I end up marrying the guy. I'll be like, what she said.
Yeah, what she said. So, hi. Is this like through the entire world?
Yeah.
Oh man. This is through Facebook though.
Yes, but you see, anyone in my family and friends and stuff, and everyone I have on Facebook. Well,
hi guys.
see this. So what are we gonna talk about?
Look at my future wife, man. Isn't she beautiful?
I don't feel very beautiful right now. I'm kind of just bumming it. I was all dolled up before the video. You think I would have looked better for the video, but no.
I'm usually dolled up. I wake up looking this good, so whatever. So what would you like to talk about?
Right then. Yesterday we started the weekend off with watching the originals.
Oh, it's too good. Too good!
We went into episode 17 of season 3, and it was good, with respects to no spoilers in case anyone hasn't seen it. I know a specific someone that I've lent DVDs to that I don't want to spoil, but with some deaths going on and with epic battle scenes. But what I have to notably mention, and that's why I'm really excited about the episode in the first place, was that, it was going to be directed by Joseph Morgan. Klaus.
Klaus.
I was watching a live video of him yesterday talking about it, and he said the whole reason why he was doing live videos in the first place was to pick on Daniel Gillies, who plays Elijah. But he ended up doing it also to promote the show, and he was asked a dozen questions, and he emphasized this episode and being really proud of it, because growing up, he said that he wanted to be a director, but he ended up being an actor, and he went into audition and he got the role like that. But when he got to direct in this episode, he wants to direct again in future, but he said he's got so used to acting that he doesn't know if he'd go back to directing, as that was his dream. He'd just do it as a side job like he's doing now, and he plans to do in future. And the originals is going to make it to a 4th season, so we're not even done this season, so that's some exciting news.
The next episode's going to be the best.
And I tell you, he says that every week.
I don't. It gets so good. They give you like the spoilers at the end of the show of what's going to be happening next. Oh.
And
too broken. Way too good.
Broken. You know, they don't know what broken is. But no, I have to say that I've always, in the shows that I've watched, my couples don't end up together, and it's a really big pet peeve, so I'm hoping that this series concludes that Klaus ends up with Haley. I wouldn't be too mad if he ends up with Cammy, but now that she's a vampire, it's not the same to what it was to me. And if he ends up with no one, that's okay too, because I think if he finds his redemption, then the show ends with the whole purpose of what it is, what its definition is, and that's for him to find redemption.
I think Marcellus needs to be with Rebecca now. been way too long.
He was also asked, Joseph Burkett, if Rebecca was going to make a return, and he just kind of did his classical little smirk thing and was like, you can't say anything. He's like, I'm sure that you'll see her again, but we don't know if it's going to be before episode 22, or we're going to go into the next season. Because she's kind of just in a coffin.
Yeah.
Again, because Elijah put her in it, and they all know now, but, you know, Hope needs her Auntie Bex. So. Haven't really watched The Vampire Diaries, but with respect to TV shows, we, Mark and I here have just started watching Supernatural. That's another show for us because,
I really hate that show. 3 episodes in, it just reels you in, hook, line, and sinker.
And it, for all the years he picked on the show and was like, yeah.
I made fun of it, like.
And we, at the time, were watching it at a friend's place, and she was really into it, and she would buy every season of DVD, and on DVD after she was done, and I snagged it at Game Cycle, and I said, this is the time, you know, I'm not going to go take a chance on a show online and whatnot, and I can't be bothered, but you gotta do it for the originals and Pretty Little Liars. But anyways,
Yeah.
I got it on DVD, and I was like, let's watch it, and we gave it a go. What's $5? Because that's what I got it for, $5. And,
2 for $50.
yeah, shoes, eh?
Oh, Mr.
Allen's.
Allen's.
But no, we're going into the disc 3 of season 1, and a friend of mine's in season 3, and there's like 11 seasons, so we'll be busy for a while.
I'm going to cry.
But I'm already aggravated in wanting John Winchester to be in Sam and Dean's lives, and I'm sure there's people that are watching that have already seen him be in their lives, or he's dead, or something. And hey, I did not spoil anything about the originals, so please don't spoil anything for me.
I want to know about this car. Once it crashes, everyone's like, oh my god.
Yeah, because he's Dean Don't Touch My Impala Winchester.
I'm like, okay.
It's a nice looking car, though, I'll have to say that much.
You guys are over a car. Like, buy a new one. If it don't work, you just buy parts.
At Devonshire Mall, they have that you can buy these antique little cars, and they have the Impala. They also have the car from Greece, and they have the Fast and Furious collection. Yep, and they have Phoebe Buffay's Taxi, which kind of gave me a laugh because like I was big on Friends as well. That's why I'm mumbling about a bunch of shows because
Scooby-Doo collectibles.
I have them on DVD. They have the Scooby, yeah, the Mystery Machine. They have that as well. But no, I have a bunch of DVDs. I have Sex and the City. I haven't watched it all, but I got the collector set that I wanted. Dawson's Creek. In a sense, I can't say that my couple that ended together with that because I wanted, now watching it, like when I see it all again, I was happy how it ended. But when I was watching it when it was on TV, I wanted it to be Dawson and Joey. So that didn't happen, but I liked how it was wound up for fans that liked them together in the end by that dream sequence of them getting married. So, there's that. What else? I have the OC, but I was very angry when Marissa died because I wanted Marissa and Ryan to be together. And Buffy, I wanted Buffy to be with Spike, and he died. So yeah.
Yeah, but then he comes back.
He comes back and he wants to go running back to Italy, but instead he sleeps with Harmony and a bunch of stuff happens and he helps Angel and they don't end up together. Even in the comics, they don't end up together. Spike has his own little series in the comics and Angel ends up being the bad guy or whatever.
Good guy. Change it back.
Undo it. But no,
Oh, it's a rock. I can't wait to tell my friends. They don't have a rock this big.
There's One Tree Hill, but again, that didn't end up the way I wanted. I watched that all the way through. It was a religious thing, and Brooke and Lucas didn't end up together. That really bothered me, and it ended up being Peyton and Lucas, which I'm sure made a lot of people happy. But to me, they're not Leighton, they're Pucus, and it should have been Brookus. But I'm not exactly against Brilliant either because when I watched it, it was going through some things, so I connected to that a lot personally. But I'm one of those that will be a fan of couples that are next to impossible, and I want the impossible to happen in shows if it can't in reality. So I wanted Brooke and Nathan, but everyone's like, oh, you getting me to the same people, blah, blah, blah. So,
It's gonna be Niklaus and Haley.
Yeah, right. This is the one that likes Cammy.
Well, yeah, but once Kim is a vampire, she totally changes.
What I can say about this last episode of the originals isn't really a spoiler, is Haley does let Klaus go and deal with family business back in New Orleans, because she says that she wants to see if they can make this parent thing work for Hope. And, you know, she's noticed that he is doing that. So
Or trying.
And he's making his best
to give
efforts.
her the upper hand to say.
Because you do see in 16, I'm sure that if somebody out there seen it, but in 16 that he wasn't willing. He was like, no, this is how it goes. We're not dealing with wolves. We're not dealing with hybrids. It's not your problem. You have your own problem. We're here for this reason, and da-da-da-da. And she's like, well, I'm dealing with this, and you're going to accept that I'm dealing with this because, well, I'm not with you. And even if I was with you, I have my independence, and you have your independence. You're king, and you call me the queen of something at one point. So this is how this is going to go. And what nails it in the coffin for him to listen is her basically saying, would you want our daughter to just deal with it when she's going through something? And he's kind of just like, damn you, woman, you made a point, kind of thing. And she gave him the same respect this past episode. Do you disagree?
Well, I'm just thinking that Hope, I don't think, would need that curse. Like, after she kills her first kill, they're a hybrid, so I don't know.
I haven't been caught up to Vampire Diaries. It's my thing I want to do. I feel like I should because, well, the only excuse I have is that Klaus is in Vampire Diaries and he's in, or so is Elijah, and so is Rebecca, and these characters that haven't gotten into their own series. And Haley and Klaus's beginnings in Vampire Diaries, and who else do we have? Well, I first started watching it because of Damon. It's funny because I hate Stefan and Elena, but when I started watching it, I loved them together. Loved them. And didn't think the idea of Damon would be a possibility. And then you found her saying, and it's something I won't forget about Vampire Diaries, and it was, but if I met you first, it would have been different. And then, bam, you see this flashback. Well, guess what? I did meet you first, and it wasn't Stefan. And then it just kind of changed everything. And now we've just found out Vampire Diaries because I watched the crossover, because it was with the originals a few episodes back, that Elena's not dead. She's asleep, eternal slumber.
For Bonnie.
But if Bonnie dies, she can awake. And Damon had that opportunity to be like, all right, see you later, Bon Bon, like twice. And he goes, I wouldn't want her to be mad about it. Which kind of reminds me of Angel, when Angel and Spike were fighting, and Spike could have just killed Angel, done. And he goes to stab her in the scene, or stab him, and the scene like goes black, and then it fades back in, and we think that, oh my god, Angel's dead. And then he's like, Spike, and he's like, oh, I don't want to hear her bitch about it. So it's the same thing in respects to that, and it's just kind of nostalgic.
Always over a girl.
But not just any girl.
And the triangle between two guys. Here we go.
I got a good thought. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this one. I know he's going to go ape shit over this. So here we go. Vampire Diaries, Elena. I think Catherine is better. And he's like, they're the same person!
They're the same person! You can't be like, they're better.
I know it's Nina Dobrev. Okay, but let me make sense of this to you.
Yeah, but they're the double ganger. They're the exact same person playing two.
Catherine's got the curly hair, and she's got like these heels, and she's got the style, and the attitude just all, Elena, she has this innocent whatever, and then she gets to become this vampire, and it happens all unfortunately, blah, blah, blah. And she turns off her emotions, and it was so dramatic for so long, I was like, bitch, listen, just get your emotions together. You're gonna hate everything you did, everyone you hurt, be so upset, blah, 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 and it takes her house to get burnt down for her to be like, ah, and Jeremy to die, and come back for whatever time that was. Again, not caught up. And it's a whole different life. Catherine, she wants to do something, she does it. Which is funny, because when it comes to Buffy, I like Buffy better than Faith. But I guess in Vampire Diaries, I like Catherine shaking things up. So when Catherine finally comes to a close, and Elena's like, goodbye, Catherine, blah, 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 and I led a normal life, I'm like, that'd be kind of boring. But this is another way I'll put it in perspective. Sarah Michelle Gellar. There's Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy, and then there's Sarah Michelle Gellar as Catherine from Cruel Intentions. I like Buffy better. But he can go and sit there and say, but she's the same person. But they're playing different roles.
Yeah, but you're taking Buffy into, what, Catherine? Oh, okay. That doesn't really work. That's two totally separate things. At least with Elena and Catherine, they're both, like, the Vampire Diaries switches over to the originals, and likewise, they're both the same people playing different roles.
Right.
How could you like one better? One's like, what, 1,000 years older? And running from Niklaus, like...
So he's back on Niklaus. Doesn't matter. It just all comes down to Niklaus.
I got the ring, alright?
He does. He has the original ring.
I got the ring.
Alright, I will challenge you on this one. Alright, fandoms. I don't have the whole chain right now. But I have the necklace. I have this one. So that Elena can go in the light and whatever in the sun, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I could already do that.
And I don't have the necklace to this either, but...
Oh my god. Am I really gonna verse?
But I have this as well. And that was the other necklace that she was given to, so that she couldn't be harmed by vampires. I was given to Stefan. See? So I have some Stefan love right here.
Does everybody honestly like Stefan? Come on.
And then a Flareon came out of nowhere.
The wild lapras.
Okay, I wonder if there's anyone out there. Okay, I'm going to change the topic completely because it's going to go nowhere, this whole Nina Dobrev thing. But, if anyone loves perfume as much as me, check this out. Okay. So, I got Katy Perry. Katy Perry. Or Purr, whatever. Katy Purr. Got Rihanna. Okay.
Gonna work.
Yeah, I was gonna say, put the music behind with
yeah, I know. I'm done. I'm out.
This was neat with Avril. Because, like, this isn't Forbidden Rose. Yeah, this is Forbidden Rose. And, like, the rose and all. And it came with the ring. It's neat.
I know, like your boyfriend.
There we go.
I think you need a new one.
And this is my second bottle because I have one in my purse for work and stuff purposes. But I have my Brittany. Now, this is really a sweet perfume because it's got day and it's got night. It's been out for a long time, but the day smells so much better.
I have no idea what to say to this.
And then Marquette's cream, so when we went on the cruise, we had to have spray sun lotion, just saying.
Yo, what is that? I don't like putting...
Okay, so, like, I was into this book series. It was called The House of Night, and... This last book's been out probably for like 2 years or something, maybe a year, and I haven't even read it yet. So anyone that's read the House of Night books, I've read them all besides this one. Yeah, this is it, Redeemed. Because the last one before this was when they're all like, oh, Zoe's guilty of a bunch of shit. So I guess we'll find out if she is or not. Very, very good books. He's waiting for the movies because, you know, if he were to get into all these books, he would definitely be like, oh, Harry Potter. But he'd have to read The Hunger Games first and Twilight and all this stuff. But no, he's an encyclopedia guy.
I rather watch the movies that way. I don't have to sit there for like 20 days.
But,
so, she's gonna leave me alone. I don't know what we want to discuss or... Yeah, I don't usually do these live feeds.
Okay. But...
And probably in the background all you hear is an okay, but...
It's new. You think I've done them? I did one.
And yes, I woke up like this, since you guys are all asking. I woke up this good.
I wanted to change my sweater. The sweater used to be Mark's, and I call it my sweater. I went to Toronto with my family a few years back, and I bought my sweater, came back, didn't fit. And then I got him this sweater, and he might have wore it like a handful of times. And since then, it's been mine because it's just nice and snug. And then he's gotten a lot of jokes. I heard one from one of my friends, Kristen Pager at the time, and I was talking to her on the phone about it, and she was like, they say, the heart wants what it wants, and she's like, okay, Selena Gomez, and I didn't know Selena Gomez sang it, so I was like, oh, okay, I was just giving you advice. I'm not caught to speed on what the latest Gomez song is, because the last song I knew at the time was, that you are the thunder, and I am the lightning, and, Give Your Heart a Break, that as well. Oh, we have viewers. That's awesome.
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, I thought this is not even...
Hi, Phoenix
Wait.
somebody.
Wait. So, let me get this straight. We are actually on air with this as we're...
Yeah, they can go on Facebook and sit and watch us, yeah.
Oh my god. Wait. Which Facebook are they
They can sit on Facebook. People join and watch right now. We got somebody... Since this is on Insta Lively, someone by the name Phoenix Empire has joined us. Hi, Phoenix.
Wait, joined us.
It says right there, Phoenix Empire joined us.
Sure. What's up, Phoenix? What's going on?
Thanks for tuning in. We're very new to this, and I was hearing a lot of complaints that it doesn't go on Facebook quickly, or people can't watch it lively on Facebook, or only... So if we get no one on Facebook and we get people on Insta Lively, he'll be thrilled because nobody knows who he is. If people know who we are, hi! We didn't say that, okay?
I was born under a rock in the middle of a forest, so I don't like going outside, so...
But, exciting in our lives, other than just perfume and books that are unread and, whatnot. We recently got our wedding bands, and,
This is true, yes.
After our first trip and Mark going, I love the ring, but he really didn't like it, me and Mom went shopping, and then we seen a ring and we were like, it's so Mark, because Mark wants a band, but he wants a band that's unique to Mark, and that no one else is going to have, and that's not too much. I didn't think, because me and Mom were talking about it, and I said, well, you know, Mark's like, oh, I get it, when the wedding's planned, like, I just show up, I'm the guy, and everything the girl wants, she can have, whatever, it's a big dream, Cinderella, da-da-da. And he's like, but if there's something I want, I just want a ring that I'll be able to wear for the rest of my life, and that I'll actually like, and whatnot, because he's not a ring guy. Like, even though he showed you his ring right now. But, I mean, he's not a big ring person. So, when me and Mom seen this ring, and we were thinking it fit the description right away, when I pulled him aside, excuse me, to look at all the rings, he picked that one. And I was just like, oh my god, this fits perfectly, everything's going well, and next thing you know, I'm going to save the date, but there's just some ideas being thrown around, there's nothing official yet. It isn't this year, though. It is next year. This year, we have his brother and his wife-to-be in September. Right? September?
Yeah.
It's very exciting. And Mark here is the best man. And it'll be a big day. And
we're gonna work.
He keeps singing the song.
Yeah, it's stuck in my head.
Even though he's telling me today I don't like that song.
I hate that song. I would walk 500 miles.
But also,
500.
her name's Rachel, and if you look her up on Facebook, she does art, and she's a painter, or she paints amazing photos, amazing pictures that you need for your house, room, man cave, whatnot. What are they called? Creative creations. Yes, check them out. And the phenomenal prices, and she's been doing it for a while, and it goes towards the wedding and whatnot, and she's really good, and she's not limited to anything. She is very good when it comes to custom. If there's something you want done, she'll do it for you, yeah, and she always makes sure it's perfection, so...
She can practically do anything.
There's nothing she can't do, so we're promoting that for her as well, as she's looking vendors. If you have an art or a hobby, jewelry,
if you have anything you make
yourself
that you want to sell,
if you message her through either the Crazy Creative Creations, you message her through that, or Rachel Amar on Facebook, Tremblay. But if not, I'd suggest just going through Crazy Creations, or Creative Creations, and you'll reach her directly. It mean a lot to her and mean a lot to us. In support of the family. I hope you all had a good Easter. We just basically relaxed, and my parents were gone on a cruise, and they had a great time, and the next time they want to go to New Orleans. It's my mom's big dream. So, that'll be something, you know. For April Fools, I'm on my break at work, and I get a voicemail from my mom, and she's like, hey, Christina, I know we're just back and stuff, but just let you know we're going away again next week. April Fool, ha 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 ha. That's exactly how she said it, but just envision an Irish woman saying it, so it was more like, Christina, love, I know we just went away, and now we're going away again next week. April Fool, ha ha. Because that's how it went. She didn't take the time to pause long enough for me to go,
that's lovely.
Because, I mean, there was some tears when she was gone. And my dad, too, of course, because when we went to my parents' place, there was flowers and 2 eggs and 2 cards with their names on it. It kind of brought us the feel of like if you watch those old Much Music shows, like Pimp My Ride, when the girls or guys get to be a certain celebrity for a day and they get to do the makeup and do the music video. I forget what that show was called, but they would go into their room and they would see a bunch of like stuff from that celebrity and they go, oh my god. Well, that's kind of how it felt. It was like, oh, and he didn't expect anything because he'd already been gotten something before they left.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it was a surprise.
Yes.
And he's just stuck on this song.
I'm done. Stupid Rihanna, man. What song?
I personally like old school Rihanna.
Drake is the worst.
I don't like Drake at all.
Drake is terrible.
But some of his songs get stuck in my head anyways, because you kind of keep up to date with the recent music. And how do you have a choice when, with me working the mall and you hear the radio, or with him, restaurant, you hear the radio? It's always the radio. It friggin' sucks you in. But a little bit of insight of Mark here. So he just did a crash course today, and he conquered something. It's just kind of
like Tootsie.
You look at this. You look at this, and you just see a container of Tootsie Rolls, right? He had one of those big long ones, and he went to go bite it, and his tooth came out, and it made his tooth bleed, and he was in bad pain and whatnot, and he swore he'd never have a Tootsie Roll again. So I guess he.
I had a tooth coming in. It was a loose tooth that was being a pain in my little ass, and I decided that the best thing to not solve this issue. So I bit into a Tootsie Roll, put it under the tooth as I bit in with it.
So today I'm showing him this, and he's like,
wasn't a fan.
No. I'm like,
no.
And he's like, no. I'm like, listen, they're the tiny ones. I don't care, right? And I said, they're not the tiny ones you go trick-or-treating that are like a bit bigger, like maybe 1/3 of the big one. But I said, they're the ones that are about the size of the double bubble gums. Okay. So he friggin' watches me eat one and survive. And then he eats one.
I'm not dead yet.
And he's like, and he successfully has eaten one. But as respect to food that people think will kill you, I'll tell you a story since we gave up Mark there for a little bit of insight on Mark. Okay, so when I was younger and I went to grade school, you know how you have like hot dog day and pizza day and whatnot. Well, I always received those. I had no issues. You know, people may have gotten a B in theirs, but not me. But when it came to sub day and I ordered a sub, my sub never came in. And I ordered it like 3 times. My sub never came in. Now, that's besides the point. I never had a sub my whole life. Now, that's not was neglected or whatnot. It was my parents would go to McDonald's, take me to treat me while they could have coffee and I played in the playhouse or whatever. Play. Burger King had one, so on and so forth. And my mom's not really into burgers and whatnot anyways. So, I'm at his parents' place, and they have this tradition when he was at home that you get a sub once a week or whatever, and his was in the fridge. And I explained this to him, and I said to him, I always felt like I was going to die having a sub. So he's like, I'm going to conquer this right now for you. So he goes upstairs, he grabs this sub, he splits it in 2, and he sat there and watched me eat every bite of that half of that sucker before he even touched his. And that takes a lot for a man, because they just want to mow down that sandwich. You can only imagine where that comes from. But I'm still here, and it opened a new world because I love Subway. And one of my girlies work at Subway as well. And it's not even just the Eat Fresh thing. I'm in love with the Italian BLT.
Honey oat.
And honey oat. Yes, if they don't have it on BLT, if they don't have it on honey oat, I won't have it on anything else. I'm a disappointed customer.
Yeah, she's really big.
Because that's where I first had it, and I've tried it on some other breads, and it's just not the same feel. It's probably like the same when it comes towards the bagels. Like I really love the cinnamon French toast, and it's gonna come back, but it hasn't yet, and I just hope it does soon.
I like the caramel Timbits.
Yeah, he's hooked on those. The funny thing is, I remember having my first one and not liking it. I was at a different Tim Hortons, and I got, I think, a 10 or 20 box, and I just wanted old-fashioned glazed, and I got 1 salted caramel, and the last one I ate happened to be it, and I'm like, and then I have people saying to me that, like, the salted caramel ones, they taste like the birthday cake Timbits, and I was like, the birthday donut doesn't really taste like caramel to me, but everyone has different taste buds, and then I had a few just warm and they were just made, and it was heaven sent, and now it's just like salted caramel Timbits. Now, they're not like the cinnamon French toast ones, but they'll do for right now because they've totally beat my old love for the strawberry Timbits, powder ones.
Really bugging me. Like, not one of those bug me that you can shrug it off your shoulder, but the Calisanis, donuts, the cinnamon powdered donuts, the way they bake them, perfect, mint, they're beast, they're the best. But that is all I gotta say.
I'm gonna Calisanis once, and I'm gonna go again this summer because my mom and dad haven't been. And I think it's just for kids, and I'm like, no, there's a lot to do there.
We're gonna capture goat.
We're not gonna capture nothing.
We're gonna put it on the barbecue.
Yeah, I'm gonna capture a flag. I'll buy him a little white flag. Anyway, no, 2 weeks ago. No, not 2 weeks ago. A week ago, Mark purchased an N64. And we have
that wasn't the first.
Mario Party 3, and we have another controller on the way because that's the downfall when you have a Mario Party game. You can't play it with 2 people. You have one controller.
Yeah.
Well, you could, but it's just not the same because Mark playing as Peach when I pick Peach or Daisy is kind of like...
Yeah, I don't like Peach or Daisy, man. Female characters are...
He mocks them.
Unless they're a female, but...
But yet he spent over 24 hours with me, among other people, that know who they are, playing Buffy. Now, the reason why this happened was because we didn't have a memory card to save it to start.
It was like a 19-hour game. We all stayed up. Drank and just nonstop played it.
And we were at our friend's house at the time, and we had people coming upstairs that were like having smokes with us because they wouldn't smoke downstairs because they had children. And they'd come up and have smoke, and then they go back downstairs, and they're like, "Oh, still playing Buffy? Yeah, all right, downstairs."
Yeah,
and then
they all up. They're like, ah.
It would be like I'd start playing, and I'd start to doze off or getting frustrated and not killing somebody. So then I would pass it to Mark, and then say Mark beat the person, and we go to the next level, and then we had other people get involved and play, and it would get passed on, and they would go to play, and then people would get so pissed and go, "I'm going to freaking bed, like, this is it, we're done." And I'm like, "Oh, we're going to leave this on all night?" Well, I guess we have to because we don't have a memory card. We're at level, I don't know how many levels there were, I think there's maybe 10. So let's say we're at level 7. So there was this hard level in the Buffy game, but Tara. Me and him lived it and had to play this game all over again ourselves to say we accomplished it, like, as us, for our own reasons. Because he's this strict from the beginning. If you don't beat the game the way it's supposed to be beat, you do not complete it. So, and Pokemon's a big thing for him strictly. But
I will go on for hours about that stupid game.
Yes, but when it comes to the Buffy game, anyways, the level we're talking about quick is Tara. When you're at the mall and she's like, "Oh, give me a kiss, baby," blah blah blah, and it's evil Tara, and she's trying to hurt Willow, and Willow's trying to defend back, but not hurt her because she knows it's Tara, and when we played it with the group of friends at the time, it glitched to the next level. And we're like, yes! Because we had already been up for how many hours. But then, we finished the game. What?
Then you go on.
We finished the game, and, it sat with him. Because, this game wasn't mine at the time, but I got the game. Because, Game Cycle, snag, like $5 for Supernatural.
Nerding out!
And, nerding out. I am. And he says...
Getting cold.
I said to me, should we get the game? I said, should we get the game? Should we get this game? And he's like, well, you obviously have decided we're getting this game.
Yeah.
So I still have this game anyways, and here and there I'll get an itch. And I'll get a Game Cycle.
Vintage.
I'll get a Game Cycle. I'll get a GameCube.
Well, I would hope you get a Game Cycle, man. Make some money.
And I'll start playing it, sometimes fed up, and you'll come in and be like, yeah, not again. But the first time around, he said, yes, I'll stay up and I'll play it with you, because he said, I don't feel like we beat the game properly because it glitched to the next level, and we completed it. And the last level, he would get fed up at the second last level with me, going, okay, that's it, I'm done. Like, Buffy, call it a night, peace out, kind of thing. And then I'd say to him, listen, I need your help with Kakistos, and he always would be Kakistos, but I would always screw him over when he would get to that level, because he's like to me, how many health packs do you have?
You have to have a lot to enter, because then you're
in the level before, you can get 3, and when you start that level, you get 3. So if you had 6, he can hit you how many times, and you'll be like, listen here, bitch, no, you're done. But I would use them all because there's a bunch of vampires in that house beforehand.
But as soon as you changes, you can't run around.
No.
So you have to stay where he is, and he's just hitting you.
Yeah.
Constantly hitting you. Then he's putting vampires. And the little zombie little assholes. Mind my language, but yes. And they're just hitting you while he's hitting you. And you gotta hit 3 spheres all in a row automatically. If you don't, they all recharge and go back to normal, and you're just gonna end up dead.
So you always hated me for just having 3 metapacks. Because
you
walk in and you see 1. You walk to the right, you see 1. You'll be okay. And he's like, right, you try running in and somebody's hitting you and attacking you right away, and you don't have a chance to grab these metapacks, let alone with GameCube, you get a metapack and you can use it right away. You have to freaking turn it on and be able to, or activate it, sorry. Compared to like with Nintendo 64, if you were Link and you were playing, Link playing Zelda, and you walk into those hearts, you get more life. Like, you have more energy, whatever. But no, in GameCube, it was like you have to activate
switch the items, and then you have to activate
while he's
it, and then you have to switch
attacking the shit out of you. It's very realistic.
Kind of dumb, but...
one of my friends growing up with got me into video games when I was younger. My parents had got me a Nintendo 64, but I said to Mark, like, getting to know him even through the years, I never had a GameCube. I never had a PlayStation. And it wasn't... A lot of my parents wouldn't get it for me, because they would if it came to Christmas or my birthday or something. But the way they were raised in sense was just... Oh, hi, another viewer. Was that...
What's good? What's going on?
Was that they wanted me to... Which I can see now with how the generations change. They wanted me to enjoy the outdoors. Hence me going to Grove Guides and, throwing the frisbee, kicking the soccer ball, going on walks for adventures, going swimming, stuff like that. So I would have... Oh, no. I would have certain friends that...
What was that?
Saying battery low.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no. I'll have to do it on your thing after. Anyway, yeah. But no... Anyways, so I would go to my friend's house at the time that lived in the same area, generally speaking, and their brother would have a PlayStation 1, and we would play video games, PlayStation 2. And there's certain games that I can't hunt down now that I'd like to research back to, like playing Buffy and that. And one is Tekken, and another one is... Well, you're not saying anything, so I'm just speaking my heart out here. I'm
listening to you.
One's Tekken, one's Siphon Filter. Another one would be the original Grand Theft Auto. Later on, I might care. Chef's Love Shack. I like the one for PlayStation compared to the one for N64. I seen it for N64 the other day for $15, and I was laughing. I was like, oh, it's not gonna be the same feels for me. And then I played some demos on PlayStation. But, like, a brother was pretty legit and cool in the sense, letting me play and whatnot. And that was a good time for me. While I still had my Nintendo 64, I rode that out for a long time. It was so old to the point that my mom had a Quake shirt that came with it. And I had the purple controller. And I had a bunch of games. I had Quake that came with it, the system itself. And then I remember my dad, and at the time, because, like, the internet wasn't the thing... my dad going in the newspaper, and we went to this house, and they had Diddy Kong Racing and snowboarding 1080, and they had not Mario Party, Yoshi's Story, and Zelda. And I never even got to play Majora's Mask. That's another game. I've never even completed Zelda all the way through of Ocarina of Time or whatever. But see, these are stuff I want to do. And it sucks because this one here is, like, done half of them already, so it really depends if he's, like,
I'm also older.
No, it's not even he's older. He got all these systems, but it's more so if he'd be like, yeah, that's worth playing. Like, he said to me, the first original, the first Zelda, like, it was alright, but the second one's better. So anytime I've seen the second one, I said to him, but it's $20, $100, and he's like, well, yeah, it's like an old game. I'm like, I know, but I can get the first one cheaper, and he's like, but it's crap, that's why.
Whoa. Depends on also sales for